Alright, with a lot of hype around the Switch 2, I'm going to do a video of my own talking about more of not my thoughts on it, but more speculation on what games I think will wind up coming to this system and what games I think may get some kind of enhancements. I kind of touched on that in the last video, but I didn't want to keep it, I didn't want to make it super long. That's why I kind of didn't delve into what I was talking about with that when I mentioned like Breath of the Wild and stuff like that. I'll go into more detail about that on this video, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this Saturday video. I didn't have anything planned, so this is very off the cuff. Because I literally forgot my wife was working today until like yesterday. I was like, crap, I should have had a video planned for today. But any day, any weekend she works, I'll probably have a video on Saturday and Sunday for you guys. Just plan on that every other Sunday of the month. So anyway, with that out of the way, let's get into this video and talk about the Switch 2 titles that I think will be coming in the future at some point. I'm not saying like launch, but sometime within the rest of this year and into next year. So let's get into it. So like I mentioned before, that with the Switch 2 possibly utilizing the horsepower underneath the hood with it, with past Switch games like Breath of the Wild. Like I said in a couple previous videos, the Switch 2 apparently was shown to be playing a 4K remastered version of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now, is that true or not? I have no idea. I would imagine it is, just because it would make sense, because that was a pretty good selling launch title for the Switch when it first came out. Because originally that was supposed to be a Wii U game anyway. And then they were like, wait, we'll just put it out on the Wii U. No one will probably buy it. There were probably a couple of people that bought it. But that'll be the console seller. And that was the console seller until Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came out. Then that just sold like insane amounts of Switches and copies. So that's the main game I think that's going to end up coming to the Switch. And that's possibly a game that I think might be a launch title. I know for a fact that Mario Kart 9, 10, whatever it's going to be, it might be Mario Kart 10 because they might be counting Mario Kart Tour, the mobile game, as Mario Kart 9. Who knows how they're working their number system with Mario Kart, but it might be 9, it might be 10, who knows. The new Mario Kart game is probably going to be a launch title just because of how well Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sold on the Switch. And that wasn't a direct launch title, but it was within that launch window, I believe. So that's definitely going to have like a bundle, and then like you could buy that bundle or the standalone Switch 2 by itself. Those are the two main launch titles I think I could see happening. Definitely Mario Kart 9 or 10, whatever. And then maybe down the road they'll release Breath of the Wild 4K or remaster or complete edition, whatever they would call it. Those are the two main things that I think that are going to be within the first like few months of the system coming out. Then after that is when we get into like pure speculation, because like I said before, I would be shocked if they didn't release Breath of the Wild. We know for a fact they're doing Mario Kart at launch. They showed it in the teaser, for crap's sake. So we know that's a thing. So that much we know. Breath of the Wild is kind of like speculation, no duh territory. But the rest of the stuff we're going to talk about is like stuff I want to see and stuff that I think they'll possibly do in the future. First game being some kind of, I should say first games, because there's multiple different games that could benefit from an enhanced version of a game, like a P- for example, the PS4 and PS4 Pro versions of games. One game off the top of my head that I have that has PS4 Pro enhancements is Shadow Man Remastered. That's the only game I can think of off the top of my head. I know it's a weird thing to think of, but that does have PS4 Pro capabilities. That being said, I think some of their Switch back catalog of games that could use an update or a enhancement is possible. Now, are they gonna completely re-release these games? Probably not, unless they do like a complete edition of, like, for instance, Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity. If they do an enhanced version of that, they will probably re-release that at full price, 50, 60, maybe $70 with all the DLC included, with improved frame rates and maybe 4K resolution. That's a game I could see them wholeheartedly doing because that game needs a performance update for sure. Like, definitely, like, no question. That's one of the main reasons why I still haven't finished that game all the way, and like 100% of it, because it just doesn't play super well. And I wish it, as long as they would play it at 60 frames a second, I don't care about it being 1080p. A 4K upgrade would be nice, but as long as it plays at 60 frames a second, that's good enough for me. Like, that would make me draw me back into playing it. Because I already bought the DLC and stuff. So technically, I wouldn't need to get the complete edition if it came out. But if it was all on the cart and I didn't have, and I could have a physical version of like the complete edition of it that had everything, then yeah, I'm gonna double dip on it. And if it carries over my Switch save, that would be another thing too. Will these enhanced versions carry over your Switch One saves? Probably. But that's one major title that I think needs to be enhanced. Another one that I could see them doing is Tears of the Kingdom. Because that does have some slowdown and things like that and would benefit from a 4K resolution boost, I think. It but this is all barring the Switch 2 does 4K. I'm assuming it does, because why wouldn't it? It wouldn't make sense for them just to release the Switch 2 and not have it do 4K. That's an assumption on my part. They have not yet confirmed that, but I'm assuming it's going. I think everyone assumes at this point that it's going to do 4K resolution, at least via DLSS, at the very least via docked. So that could use a performance boost update. That's all that would be, because there's no DLC for that. So that would get like a enhanced port. If you have the Switch cart, you can just pop it in. Hopefully you can download the free patch, maybe do a $5, $10 upgrade and call it a day. But that's another game that would benefit from an upgrade. Another game that desperately needs the upgrade is Mortal Kombat 1. That game, when I first played it, it played like garbage. I know it's gotten better since I've gotten rid of the Switch version, but nonetheless, that desperately needs an upgrade. Even if you just improve the frame rates and it still looks like crap, or improve. I don't know, was the frame rates bad in that version? I don't remember. I want to say there was some like frame droppage too, but I think the main thing that was wrong was like just the models looked bad and the backgrounds were horrible. But still, I think a new Switch or the Switch 2 could run Mortal Kombat 1 better. It depends how powerful this system is. I'm not really sure about the power of the system, even though the motherboard has leaked out. Because trust me, that the motherboard leak out that's out there is probably legit, but I don't know anything about that stuff. I'm not like a tech nerd like Spawnwave Media or like Linus Tech Tips or something like that, or Digital Foundry. I don't know anything when it comes to stuff like that, so that's why I'm not like, oh well, it's gonna have 12 gigabytes. I don't know how much RAM or what the GPU is or anything like that. I have no idea. I'm sure Nintendo's gonna release information about that at some point, but I don't know. I'm not gonna speculate about it. But I would assume it's going to be able to handle Mortal Kombat 1 at least better in terms of like visual performance. If not like actual performance, at least visually, it could use like a DLSS upgrade and it'll probably look better. Because it still surprises me, not to go off on a tangent here about Mortal Kombat 1 and another game we're going to talk about, Sparking Zero, here in a second. But it still surprises me those two games weren't on the PS4. Like why couldn't they run? If the Switch could run MK1, why couldn't the PS4? Why didn't they invest money into getting the PS4 version made? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Leave your guesses in the comments below if you want to shoot a guess as to why. Probably money and stuff like that. I guess I don't think it was worth investing money and time into like making a dumbed down version of it, but it probably still would have played better than the Switch version. Would have, if I'm being honest. Talking about Mortal Kombat 1, not Sparking. I don't know about Sparking Zero if that would have ran very well on the PS4 or not. But speaking of Sparking Zero, that is a game I think will eventually get some kind of port to the Switch 2. Why do I think that? Because it makes logical sense. They've done the other ones in the past. They did Fighters, they did Kakarot, they did Xenoverse. They even had the World Mission game that it's alright, it's not super great. But they've had Dragon Ball games in the past on the Switch. Years after the version of it first came out on PC and Xbox and PS5, whatever. They've made their own versions. So trust me, Sparking Zero will find a way to get ported to the Switch 2. How will it run? I have no idea. Will it use DLSS? Probably. But I would say with like 60% of surety that Sparking Zero will eventually come. Not this year. If that comes, it'll be like next year. The middle of next year, maybe. If we're lucky. If Switch 2 owners are lucky, we will get a version of Sparking Zero. For me, it doesn't matter because I have it on PS5, so whatever. But I will double dip because I'm an idiot and I've supported all the other releases of like Dragon Ball games. The only game I didn't buy on Switch was The Breakers because I didn't like that game. I have it on PS4, but I didn't play it, so I didn't want to waste $20 on it on Switch or 20, 30, whatever it is. I should when it goes on sale for like 10, $20, just because. But whatever, because I'm a Dragon Ball nerd. I have everything Dragon Ball pretty much. So yeah, that's one game I think will also come to the Switch 2. Is that now? There was one collection I didn't mention in the video because I wasn't sure if it was actually legitimately coming or not, and this is what I'm going to close this video out with because it's a pretty big deal, and it's just a big deal. It's huge if this happens, and I mentioned it in my live stream video that I did a few days ago. But I was hearing some rumblings online about an Xbox title coming to the Nintendo Switch. Yes, you heard me. A Microsoft Xbox title coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. And that title is the Halo Master Chief Collection. Excuse me. That would be a pretty big deal. If that actually wound up coming to the Switch 2, that would be huge. that would be like a game changer, not only for Nintendo but for Microsoft as well, because they would both benefit from that. Nintendo would get sales from it. Microsoft would get sales from it. They would split the sales of that, and it would probably it's probably gonna, if it's legit, it would probably sell pretty well. And honestly, if I'm being real with you guys, if that does come out, I've never played a Halo game in my life. I've always wanted to, but I've never just bought one on PC because I'm not a PC gamer, guys. I don't like PC gaming. The main reason is like if something breaks down on my PC, I can't easily fix myself. Yes, I know people that can help me do all that stuff. I just prefer console gaming. It's more convenient for me as a person, and that's what I prefer. That's what I grew up with. I never gamed on PC. I'm set in my ways. I'm like an old curmudgeon man. You can't convince me otherwise. I I know there's someone out there that's gonna be pissed at me for saying that. One of my friends in general, especially, they know who they are. I don't know if they're gonna watch this video or not, but you know who you are. I know you're gonna blast me next time you see me, but I'm just not a PC guy. Now, if I had a better setup and better graphics card, I would more likely play more games with friends of mine that had decent PCs, but I wouldn't solely just focus on getting PC versions of games because most of my friends that I play with that are online friends that I made through playing Mortal Kombat and Dragon Ball and stuff like that play on console. That's why I play on console. But anyway, going back to Master Chief Collection being on Switch 2, that would be huge. And that would get me to finally play a Halo game because I've heard they're pretty good, most of them. So that's interesting to me. But that also makes me think of another possibility that Microsoft could be doing with not only the Switch 2, but also Sony PS5 and beyond as well. And that's what about like Rareware titles and like Perfect Dark and other stuff like that? Could we see a Perfect Dark reboot on PS5 or Switch 2? Because we know it's coming to Windows like PC and Xbox, but will we get a port or a version? I should say not a port, a version of it on Switch 2 or PS5 or PS5 Pro, whatever. I think having Perfect Dark reboot or whatever they're gonna call it, I think it's just called Perfect Dark. I'm gonna call it Perfect Dark reboot so people don't get confused with the N64 one. Perfect Dark reboot, I think would be perfect if they could get it to run on Switch 2 via DLSS. I don't know if they could because I'm not sure how powerful it is. Because that game does look pretty graphically intensive, so I don't know if the Switch 2 could do that, but maybe if I'm lucky, they'll do like a PS5 version. Because that would be crazy. Having like a Perfect Dark game on like a Nintendo console game, besides like on the N64 online service. That would be crazy to see Perfect Dark on Nintendo consoles again. And it would be kind of neat to see it on like a Sony console. I'll probably just have to bite the bullet and play that on PC and upgrade my graphics card eventually. So, yeah, I'm probably just going to have to bite the bullet and play that game on PC because I'm not going to just buy an Xbox for one game. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it. But I will buy it on PC and I will upgrade my PC as needed if I need to like upgrade more than just my graphics card. I'm pretty sure my CPU is and all that and RAM is still good. My graphics card is like sorely in need of upgrade because I'm still running a 1070 in this bitch. So yeah, I definitely need a new one. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. Like I said, this was kind of like off the cuff. That's why I was kind of all over the place in this video. Sorry if it bugs people when I do videos like this, but I didn't have nothing planned for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. This has been Rolling with Kevin, and I am rolling out. Peace. Could you imagine Master Chief and Joanna Dark on the Nintendo Switch 2? Just let that sink in for a second. While I stop this video, just let that sink in for a second. Okay, did it sink in? Good. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, click the bell button so you get notified when I upload videos, go live, or post on my community page. Shout out to my Patreon supporters: Sunny Silva, Catfish Cat, Lee Fernay, Team Dale, Elliot Scott, Preliab, Harry Fernandez, William Swift, AJ Gottawa, Oliver Friedrich, Len Ernhorn, Marcus Mahaley, Brianna, and the Pay Now Please, Nuclear Reactive Man, Rebecca H., Just Good Enough, Gorgon Kaluskovic, Justin M. Daggins, Daniel Childs, Patrick Oliver, and Harold Huckabee. Thank you guys so much for supporting my channel. If you want to support my channel, it's only $1 a month. That's all I ask. It really does help with the channel a lot. Thank you guys so much for supporting and watching. If you did enjoy this video, I'll see you guys in the next video.